Hey, this is McKay with 5 Star Commerce. I'm going to show you how to use the tool PickFu, which you can use for split testing images, content, anything else related to your Amazon listings, even other things like product ideas, rebrandings, and finding ways to improve your listings, which I'm going to show you right here. It's a really awesome tool. Use this in conjunction with the experiments tool. Now, on Amazon, the experiments tool, if you run a split test there, it's going to take many weeks. Sometimes you don't really even get good information because you don't know why customers are preferring one option or the other. But with PickFu, you get a lot more detailed information. It's going to really help you to find great ways to improve your listings and take them to the next level. So I'm going to just do a brand new poll. All right. The key with these is keep it really simple. I'm just going to go in and compare one of the products that we're working with compared to a competitor product. I'm going to ask customers which is better and why. That's going to give us some really good ideas on changes we can make or other things we can test to improve the listing and earn more sales. So they have some recommended questions. These are usually really good. I like this one. If you were shopping on Amazon, which product would you rather buy? And then I also add why, right? Because I wanted to explain and type in a little bit about why they do that. Which, by the way, they do that by default anyway. So you don't even have to say why, but I just like to do that. Now, I'm going to have 50 respondents to this poll because I've got a demo promo code for it. A lot of time, if I'm going to do a poll, instead of paying the money to do it, I will actually use PickFu Plus, and you can have a free daily poll with 5 respondents, right? So a lot of time you do that first. I can kind of see what they responded, and occasionally that'll show me like, oh, I missed something, or I want to do this slightly differently, and then I can go ahead and do that before I pay, the 50 or $100 or so to have 50, 100, 150 people go in and actually respond and get a bigger data set, right? So what's really cool here is if you literally you go to image set and you can just put in 2 ASINs. So I'm going to put in an ASIN here, right? And I'm going to put in an ASIN here. And it's actually going to go in and pull the title, images, and everything from that listing and put it in here. You're going to see that in just a second. Yeah, look at that. See, they're pulled in, right? So customers are going to be able to, or respondents in this case, are going to be able to look through these images. They're going to be able to compare and see what they think about it, right? Now, you can really customize the audience, and that's what makes this even really effective, although a lot of time I don't even customize it that much. I'm going to do 50 respondents. You can do different countries. This product's only sold in the US, so I'm going to do United States respondents. You can do a random audience or a target audience. I'm going to do target audience, and you have a lot of different traits that you can pick from, right? Age range, places that they shopped. For example, you can get people who shop on Etsy, Amazon, Overstock, whatever. People with kids of certain ages, pet owners, right? So obviously, if you've got a product that's for pets, you could do pet owners, right? If you've got a product for kids, you can do the parents of kids of that age. There's a lot of really cool specific stuff you could do. Homeowners, like all kinds of stuff, okay? Now, for this, we're just targeting people who look for this type of product in Amazon. I'm actually going to just pick people who shop on Amazon, okay? Then, here we go to the demographics. Now, it's going to automatically ask these people, like, okay, what's your racial identity, level of education, gender, age, household income. So you already get that. But you can add additional questions, right? Where do you most often shop for home goods, right? Do you play video games? How old are your kids, right? A lot of cool different things like that. Now for this, I really just want to get people's impression on like what's the better product. So I'm not going to add anything like that for now. Then I'm going to go in and add our promo code and check out. Okay, so here I've got everything ready to go. I'm in the poll overview. You can see you got a target audience. They're $1 per respondent. Because I specified that I wanted to use Amazon shoppers, it's an extra 60 cents per respondent. But if I took that away, it would be $1 per respondent. Then I'm doing 50 responses, would be $80. I have a special demo code just for this demonstration. So in this case, it's free. We do have an affiliate link that you can use and get 50% off your first poll. And if you think about it, it's like the information that you get and how quickly you get this information is going to way more than pay for itself very easily. So if you're a business and you need to raise your conversion rates and you're paying for people to go to your page, if you can improve the amount of those that actually buy, it's going to add up very quick, right? So I'll go ahead and do preview and pay, right? It's going to give me a little preview here. Okay, everything's looking good. It pulled in the images perfectly, right? And the customer is going to type in an explanation on why they picked what they picked. They can even do it by voice and cool stuff there. So let's go ahead and continue to check out. Okay, everything is looking good. I'm gonna hit complete order.
I just checked back. It's only been about 10 minutes. I just wanted to show you that there's already 15 responses. Okay, so we're here a few days later. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the response. And by the way, it looks like it finished like maybe just a few minutes after Friday. It's just that I didn't look at it over the weekend. We could have looked at this that very same day. But anyway, I'm going to go in here. It looks like we got one showing as complete. Let's click on that. It'll pull up our results. Now, as we would have thought, this one did much better. You can see 88% of the respondents voted for this one. And that's not really a surprise. You can tell it just looked better. But we can find out a lot of the reasons why it did better. And we can see all these responses, right? For example, this customer liked how the option A, this other one, had a certificate of analysis for review, whereas this other one had better imagery but didn't have that same documentation. So kind of interesting. Right? They like how the box, the bottle, and all the information is presented. It looks more professional and easier to absorb. Right? The bottle is significantly brighter and more visible on the shelf. The concentration at 1% is also more clear. Right? So a lot of good information. A brand going through this, if they were this brand, they could see what they're doing well, make sure to keep doing that. They could also look through these responses and see the few people that thought this one was doing better, what they thought. Now, if you're this brand, then of course you can see, okay, our imagery really isn't up to par, and you can find ways to improve it. We can see the demographics, right? We can see if there was a big split by gender, race, education level, that type of thing. And then also AI highlights, right? So it goes through all the responses. And this is only 50 responses. So something like this, you'd probably read every single one. But if, let's say, you had 500 responses, then this you can see is going to be really useful. And you can see exactly like, okay, people liked this, disliked this compared to the competitor. And you have a really nice summary here. So this is a perfect example of something you can take to, let's say, a client, if you're like us, or maybe somebody, if you're the work internally with the brand, you can go to other members of the team and say, hey, we got to prove these things. This is what the people are saying. And it really gives you some clear guidance. So anyway, that's it. That's PickFu. Great tool. We do have a link you can use to get 50% off your first poll. Any of our clients, you can also use it through us at 5-Star Commerce. Really awesome tool. Just wanted to share that. So easy to use, but something that can be really valuable and make a huge difference in your business.